So in a previous episode that we ran, we were talking about near-death experiences.
Yes.
Maybe, I know you have a few,
And
maybe.
I kind of shocked you and said that I had a near-death experience. And you
Yeah.
were like, what?
It was shocking. Yeah. So you had one on the river,
Yes.
but you said there was other ones.
Yeah.
So tell us about one of the other ones.
There was one when I was in grade school, and we had a carbon monoxide leak.
Oh, geez.
And I passed out.
Oh
Actually, my whole family
God.
passed out in the house.
Okay.
And luckily it was caught in time, and we were sent to the hospital. And
Wow.
we recovered from that. But that
Did you
was
have to go into one
scary.
of those, I think it's a hairbetic, or there's one of those chambers?
Yeah, one of those chamber things.
Right, you had to go in
So
there?
yeah, that
Okay.
happened.
Wow.
And then when I was 18, I lived in Houston, and I worked for Godfather's Pizza. Do you remember Godfather's Pizza?
I do.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I worked for
Yes.
Godfather's Pizza. And I had two jobs. I'd work at Godfather's. They were both in the same strip mall. So I would work at Godfather's Pizza during the day. And then at night, I would work at Marshall's. I used to work at Marshall's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the men's department.
Well, you're very fashionable, so
Yeah,
I could see
so
that.
I dropped a lot of money in that place.
Oh, I bet.
when I was a teenager.
Did. Oh my gosh.
So anyway, it was in the middle of the day. It was just me working the front, and then another guy working the back. It was just two of us because it was like late. It was like mid-afternoon, so nobody was in the restaurant. This person comes in and comes up to the counter and pulls out a gun and says, "I want, the money."
Right.
So I give him the money out of the cash register, and then he says, "I know you've got a safe. Open the safe."
Oh, geez.
Well, I couldn't open the safe because I was not a manager. I didn't know the combination. So that's when he came behind me and put the gun to my head.
Oh, that's horrible.
If someone had not decided to come into the restaurant at that point in time, I probably would not be here right now.
Oh my goodness.
So,
wow.
Someone came into the restaurant, a couple of customers came in, and he quickly left.
Wow.
And then we had to call the police. And
do you think he was hopped up on some drugs or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And how old were you at that time?
18.
18. Okay.
Yeah, 18.
Wow.
My family at the time was like, "We don't want you working there anymore. Obviously it's dangerous." And of course I was like, "No, I like that job. I'm still going to work there." So I did continue to work there.
Okay.
Definitely scary to be in that type of situation.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think not that it's a competition per se, but I definitely think you win with the near death experiences. Oh my goodness. I'll share one quick story that's a little similar, but I didn't have a gun to my head. So this is 1993. I was a teller working in a bank, and it was Christmas time. And it was, I think, maybe about a year after the movie Point Break had come out. So if you're familiar with Point Break, they have the big group of guys come in the masks and they rob the bank, right? Well, this group of people that robbed us at the bank was basically mimicking the movie. So I'm standing there working, and of course, I was the only one working. I was a very hard worker, but I was working very hard. And Santa Claus walked into the front door with two elves, and he rang a bell and he said, "Ho, ho, ho, Merry Christmas." And out of his Santa bag, he pulled out a AR-15.
Ooh.
He said, "This is a stick up. Everyone on the ground." The first thought that I had was, oh my God, this ground is filthy. I am not going to go on the ground. And so I guess... I guess.
Wait, you know what that reminds me of? Have you ever seen the movie Clueless?
Yes.
So when Cher gets kicked out of Elton's car, and she's stuck in the middle of nowhere, and this guy comes up and robs her, and he's like, "Get down on the ground," and she's like, "Oh no, you don't understand. This is an alaya. I can't." That's exactly what I'm envisioning in my head as you're telling me this.
I looked at that ground and I was like, no way. And so one of the elves jumped over the teller window, the counter, and basically put his foot on someone's back that decided the ground was okay to lay on, and started pulling the money out. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I got to get on the ground. So I went on the ground. They actually robbed from 3 teller stations and took off. So, the normal, the FBI comes, we're there, and the police come into one of the rooms we're waiting in, and they're like, everyone needs to leave. And we're like, why? What happened? Well, they had left a bomb in a stocking underneath our Christmas tree in the bank.
What?
Yeah. So we literally had to wait for the bomb squad to come in and
Wow.
take that bomb out. Yeah. And they only got, I think, around $10,000. And I guess in 93, 10,000 was a lot, but they did catch them. They were on a countrywide robbing spree, and they were hitting bank after bank after bank. And it was so crazy. The next day when we were open for business, some people came in and they're like, I was here yesterday and I saw someone sitting in front of the bank with the car running and they were wearing a ski mask. And me and my husband were joking around like, oh, I wonder if they're going to rob the bank. Well, guess what? They did. They robbed the bank. I'm like, people are
That's
so
hilarious.
clueless. So they did actually catch them, and the two guys that they caught, there was, I think, a total of 5, they actually hung themselves in prison before they went to trial. So yeah, kind of a sad ending to the story, but
well, here's the funny thing. So the time that you were working at a bank, I think
Yes.
I was working at a bank.
funny. Okay,
Yeah, 'cause
93.
I was a teller.
Okay, we were both
Yeah.
tellers.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. You give me a stack of singles, I can count them out like no one's business. Like